Anthony Joshua vs. Jake Paul preview produced by Punch Drunk Productions. Anthony Joshua vs. Jake Paul goes down on December 19th in Miami, and it might be the wildest heavyweight event boxing has ever seen. On one side is a former unified world champion, on the other is a YouTuber turned boxer who has talked and worked his way into a genuine mega fight. In this video, Punch Drunk Productions breaks down how we got here, how the styles match up, and gives a clear prediction on who really wins, and how we got here. Anthony Joshua has spent the last few years rebuilding after losing his belts, picking up important comeback wins, and chasing big event nights rather than quiet tune-ups. He is still one of the most recognizable heavyweights on the planet, and every fight he takes draws huge attention, especially when there is serious money and spectacle involved. Jake Paul started out in influencer boxing, but over time he moved from fellow creators to ex-MMA fighters and lower-level pros, gradually improving his skills while building a massive audience. Love him or hate him, he sells events, and that combination of star power and genuine punching ability is what opened the door to a fight with a former world champion. From a business point of view, this matchup is almost guaranteed to deliver big numbers, and that is why it is headlining such a huge card. Tail of the tape. On paper, Anthony Joshua has every traditional advantage. He is the naturally bigger man, a true heavyweight with Olympic gold, years of top-level experience, and multiple world title fights on his record. He has fought a long list of contenders and champions, under bright lights, with real pressure on his shoulders. Jake Paul is strong, athletic, and clearly has power in his right hand, but he has only a handful of professional bouts, and none against an elite heavyweight in his physical prime. He has faced mostly smaller men, or fighters coming from other sports, and this is a massive jump in size, skill, and experience. Stylistically, Joshua's strengths are his stiff jab, his straight right hand, and his ability to put combinations together when he feels confident. When he controls distance, keeps his shape, and works behind that jab, he looks like a complete, dangerous heavyweight. Paul's strengths are his overhand right, his improving fundamentals, and his toughness and self-belief. He does set up his right hand better now than when he started, and he is clearly committed to training like a real pro, but his defense, gas tank, and ring IQ are still largely untested at this level. How the fight plays out. If Anthony Joshua is switched on and disciplined, his job is quite simple. He should use his jab and footwork to keep the fight long, control the center of the ring, and make Jake Paul work harder than he ever has without giving away wild exchanges. By touching Paul with the jab, dropping in the straight right when openings appear, and occasionally finishing with a left hook or uppercut, Joshua can slowly break down his opponent without taking unnecessary risks. The key for Joshua is patience. He cannot allow frustration or pride to drag him into a brawl in the first couple of rounds. If he stays calm, picks his shots, and forces Paul to reset over and over again, the gaps will open as tiredness and doubt set in. For Jake Paul to have any real chance, he has to survive those early rounds and create chaos when he can. He needs to move his head, stay off the center line, and either force clinches or awkward exchanges. Anytime Joshua gets into a comfortable rhythm, Paul should be trying to make Joshua miss big, then fire back with counters, especially the right hand over the top when Joshua throws the jab. He also has to test Joshua's mentality. Questions have been asked in the past about Joshua's confidence when things get rough, so Paul's best bet is to land something meaningful early, even if it does not score a knockdown, just to plant that seed of doubt. If he can drag the fight into the later rounds without taking too much damage, the pressure may start to shift and the bout becomes more dangerous for Joshua than many expect. However, that is a very difficult game plan to execute for someone with Paul's limited experience. Managing distance, defense, stamina, and nerves against a big, seasoned heavyweight is a different world compared with fighting smaller, less proven opponents. Official prediction. When everything is weighed up, the most realistic outcome is Anthony Joshua winning by stoppage in the middle rounds. His size, power, technical experience, and history of performing on big nights should eventually overwhelm a still developing Jake Paul once the early tension settles. Yes, Paul is dangerous with that right hand, and he may have moments where he lands something clean, but asking him to outbox, outthink, and outlast a seasoned former champion over round after round is a huge stretch. Unless Joshua makes a massive mistake or completely underestimates the challenge, his fundamentals should take over and the referee, the corner, or the accumulated damage is likely to end it. Official prediction from Punch Drunk Productions: Anthony Joshua by TKO somewhere around rounds 4 to 7. If Paul hears the final bell on his feet, that alone would be a moral victory, but the smart pick is a Joshua stoppage. Let everyone know what you think. Who are you backing in Joshua versus Paul, and how do you see the fight ending? Drop your prediction in the comments, and subscribe to Punch Drunk Productions for more big fight breakdowns, and a full post-fight reaction, when this one is over.